Hello, Christ Church family. It was really great to see people in the sanctuary this last Sunday. What was even more special was seeing the numbers of people who volunteered to give us their time and their energy to make Sunday a safe and meaningful experience. We sent out a survey question immediately after Sunday services, and more than 200 of you responded, some with compliments and praise, some with good questions, and some with suggestions that we are looking at right now to make our Sunday service experience better. Thank you for your honesty. There are a couple of things that came up that I think I need to address right now because there's some confusion. What about masks? When are we supposed to wear masks? What we want to do is make masks mandatory at 8:30. We want to create an environment in the earliest service that's the highest level of safety. So if you want to worship an environment where everybody's wearing a mask, come to the 8:30 service. If you don't feel like you need to wear a mask or don't wish to wear a mask, that's an option that's available to everybody at 9:45 and at 11 o'clock. We would still encourage you to wear masks, and we'll have masks available at all three services. Part of wearing a mask isn't just a question of our own protection, it's also how we take care of our neighbor. But that is an option for you at 9:45 and at 11 o'clock. It doesn't surprise me that one of the biggest questions that came up is about congregational singing. Why aren't we having congregational singing? From the research we can read, it seems that by singing out loud, it allows the COVID-19 virus to spread further than simple talking or just being present with another person. Like everything else with COVID, there's a debate about this, but we want to use an abundance of caution. I know some of you are going to sing whether I ask you to or not. So what I do request is sing quietly, sing as a prayer between yourself and God. We'll come back to a time when everybody's singing out loud together, but we want to do it in a time that's safe. There are some folks that had a good question. What does it say about our faith if we're being so cautious to begin with? Well, we're taking a risk by opening the sanctuary, but the question really lies behind wondering whether or not Jesus is going to protect us. If we believe in Jesus, shouldn't we just open the church up and let everybody in? So I want to respond to that. Being a follower of Jesus has never made us immune to human frailty. People with great faith in Jesus Christ catch illnesses and they die. People with absolutely no faith whatsoever catch illnesses and they die. Following Jesus does not mean that we can't get sick, and trusting Jesus doesn't protect us from illness either. But I do believe that Jesus is protecting us. And here is how. Jesus is protecting us through the scientists that He has called up to study these diseases and come up with treatments and vaccines. Jesus is protecting us through first responders, nurses and doctors and EMTs who put themselves in harm's way to keep us safe and put us in a place where healing can begin. And Jesus is protecting us even through our civil authorities. Even the ones we might not vote for are still in place and actively working to find the best way to keep everybody safe. Where I see Jesus protecting us most is through the leaders and the volunteers of this church who go out of their way to spend countless hours thinking through how we can have church together, volunteering to clean, volunteering to be available, and putting their time into the protection of the whole congregation. Being a follower of Jesus is a question of faith, but followers of Jesus also live by an ethical standard. There was a debate in Galatia about Jewish Christians. The first Christians were Jewish, and the debate was about whether or not people should follow Jewish law. Some people thought, well, of course they should follow Jewish law. Others felt like that was too much of a burden to put on people. So Paul says, definitively, we don't have to follow the law, but he follows it with this. For you are called to freedom, brothers and sisters, only do not use your freedom as an opportunity for self-indulgence, but through love become slaves to one another. For the whole law is summed up in a single commandment, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. Some think making people wear masks infringes on our freedom. Some people think that the restrictions we have in worship are also infringements upon freedom. We have all the freedom we want. But freedom for Christians is exercised only to the extent that we use it to take care of the weakest among us. That's what it means to be a follower of Jesus, to look out for the least, the last, and the lost, and to be willing to sacrifice some from ourselves to take care of others. I look forward to worshiping with everybody again on Sunday, May 31st. This will be Dr. Donaldson's last Sunday with us. It's Pentecost Sunday, and it will be a great day of worship together.